Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, your weekly dive into all things Nintendo with a couple of friends. Tonight, we are going to be talking the latest in Nintendo news and playing Would You Rather, Crazy Bizarre Nintendo Edition. Micah, are you ready to start the episode?
Yup.
Greetings, fellow Nintendo Pals. It's me, Andros, one of the hosts of the Nintendo Pals Podcast, and I am joined by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And we are sporting our Nintendo-y shirts today. So if you're not watching the video version of the podcast, not seeing these massive buff bods that we have, wow, you'll just have to imagine.
And if you have never seen us, feel free to never check in and just imagine.
Just imagine for
forever. It's better this way.
It is. You know what else would be better? Is if you out there listening left us a 5-star review on your listening app of choice. Apple, Spotify, Podchaser, Audible. All of those places let you leave 5-star reviews. And it helps people to discover the show. It helps new viewers to land in the shows, like get our show recommended in their feeds. And most importantly, it helps us to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts. 5-star reviews. Thank you to everybody who has left us 5-star reviews, but we need more. We're so close to 100 on Apple and on Spotify. Both of those places are like they're in a fight. We've pit you against each other, and Spotify is winning. Which I am all for because when Spotify wins, we win. In general, just everybody wins because we get
just the world wins.
Yeah. In fact, I think we got 2 new 5-star reviews on Spotify this week, which brings the total up to 88 5-star reviews on Spotify. That's awesome. Thank you to those who left us 5-star review there. Spotify, the one thing I will say that I don't like about Spotify 5-star reviews is that it doesn't tell us who left the review. They're all anonymous, which you can do on Apple. But you can also leave us a review. And if you do that, we give you a shout out at the beginning of the show. So although we don't know who you were that left us those 5-star reviews, you are awesome. Just know that. We know that. You know that. But we can't shout you out by name. But we appreciate it so much. Micah, let me tell you, I have some exciting stuff to talk about in our Pals Plus today, so don't let me forget about that. And anybody that wants to check out Nintendo Pals Plus, that is an exclusive show to our Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/Nintendo Pals, where for as little as $1, you can have access to that show, which is weekly most of the time. It's a little more laid back. It's the show after the show. We're just kind of talk about whatever. Sometimes still Nintendo. Sometimes maybe like what we're going to talk about today is gnomes. So a little teaser for those out there. They're like, oh, shoot. Well, now I need to know about the gnomes. I better go pay $1. Patreon. And plus, you get a shout out for being a Patreon supporter. We want to shout out and thank all of our Patreon supporters. We do that at the end of every episode. So with that, Micah, what do you say we jump into the first segment of our show? Let's talk what you playing. Yo, Micah, what have you been... Wait, I forgot to ask you. How the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. What have you been playing? What have you been playing lately? How did I forget to ask you that? That's like the standard intro to our show. I was just so consumed by the gnomes.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's going to be very interesting.
If you want,
Well,
hey, well, another shameless plug. Since I'm still on the train of shameless plugs. If you want to know what I'm going to talk about, you could go check out Andros1 on TikTok. It's tease. It's a tease, but that's free. You don't have to pay for Patreon to see what's cooking over on TikTok. Get it while you can before it's banned. But what have you been?
What did you do to get yourself banned?
TikTok's getting banned.
TikTok's getting banned?
Yeah, it was voted to be banned in the United States by I don't remember who votes for that, but they were like they
I
they have no
don't pay attention
idea.
to such things, obviously.
You have no idea.
I remember hearing about it maybe getting banned, but I didn't realize it was actually happening.
Yeah, it actually got voted to get banned, but also had like a timeline, and I think TikTok was countersuing. Who knows when it'll actually happen, or if it'll actually
happen?
Yeah, exactly. But enough with the TikToks and the gnomes. What have you been playing? What's up? What's in your gaming library this week?
Pretty tame this week. I played some Rocket League.
Just Rocket League.
Just Rocket League.
I haven't played Rocket League in a long while. It's been a bit. How are things? How are things in the world of Rocket League?
I mean, kind of just same old, same old.
So
it never really changes too much.
Yeah. So you only played Rocket League this week. That's the only Nintendo game you played.
Maybe.
So would you say that maybe since you didn't even play that on a Nintendo console, that maybe you're in some kind of non-Nintendo phase right now?
Maybe I'm just in so much of a Nintendo phase that I'm letting a roommate borrow my Switch a lot so they can play Sea of Stars.
Ooh.
I just want to spread the Nintendo wealth.
That's a good cover. I
Sea of Stars right there.
Sea of Stars. And it's their game that's open on there?
Probably. Yeah. See, it's the, I don't know if you make out that very small image.
Yeah,
it's not mine.
That's evidence enough, I think. I think we can believe you. You're whew,
I
dodged
don't
a
even know if
bullet
they're at
there.
a save point. Oh, they are. Okay. I could close out of that if I needed to.
Well, Micah, I also had a semi-light week in Nintendo.
Actually, I guess I lied a little bit. I played 5 minutes of Earthlock.
What is Earthlock?
It's a game. An RPG turn-based game.
That changes everything.
Also with a gardening mechanic, I think, at some point. I didn't actually make it through like the tutorial yet, so we'll see.
I only played one game this week, but I played a lot of it, and that is The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I played. You hear those fireworks going off?
No, I didn't hear anything.
That sounds so close. It's our neighbors out in the outside. Listen, the wet. Did you have a good 4th of July, Micah? Did you do anything for the 4th?
No, not really. I went outside and looked at fireworks for like 30 seconds. It's like, nice.
Really? You didn't do like it? I'm surprised because you're roommates with our good friend Lincoln, the pyromaniac, famously a pyromaniac.
Yeah, he went to bed at like 7:30.
What? Is he okay?
He had to work tomorrow at like 5.
Does he need some help
or something?
I just had such a strong memory of the time he like poured gasoline into the fire pit and like was so dangerous. It's like a mushroom cloud out of the fire pit. It was so hot.
It does, but no one lost any eyebrows. Just almost lost eyebrows.
Yeah. I remember Jacob was like, "What are you doing?" He was the most upset. I was upset too because I thought he was going to burn down the awning that we were under. I was
And I was having a great time.
yeah, you were having a great time. Um, yeah. So I played Tears of the Kingdom, and I almost what we should have done is a fireworks stream. You and me could like do a build battle for fireworks.
Oh yeah, I feel like we talked about doing that at some point.
We
Actually,
have
dude,
talked
we
about it.
did it. Haven't we done that?
No, you've done it. You were doing it while I was building my egg
Oh
contraption.
yeah, that's right. Your
Um,
overly complicated egg contraption.
it was awesome. It was
It
awesome.
had potential for sure.
Um, but yeah, fireworks would be fun to do at some point. Build battle of fireworks. Uh, Anywho, I did a bunch of streams for Tears of the Kingdom. I am in the middle of a sign percent speed run, and that's kind of what you think it would be. I am on a pretty much clean file, going for fixing every Addison sign, or Hudson sign.
That's
Addison.
like Addison. I'm
Addison's the guy putting them
remembering
up.
whose sign.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you're putting up every Hudson sign, helping Addison in every location, and it's a long run. There's because you got to traverse the entirety of the map, and there's always something there that will let you do the the do the sign. Because someone after one of those streams, I raided player 5. And for those who aren't familiar, raids are when you like send your Twitch viewers over to another Twitch channel. Player 5's the world record holder for, or was he speed runs Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. He's super good at those games. And he was like, I assume you have like a rule where you can't just use hover stones.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so smart.
I was gonna mention if you or ask if you had any of those and if you've been using them.
No. Well, I'm on a fresh file, so I would have, if I wanted to do that, I would have had to go and beat up things to get
To farm up
cores.
for-
Yeah, and get hoverstones. So I don't know if it would really be.
Plus, it
worth
takes
it.
out all the fun.
I think part of the fun of that run is you have to build using
Work with
things
what
that
they've
you
given
find.
you.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. No. Yeah, I only ran into one issue with that. And that was on one of the signs. You use those zonai spikes that kind of can be positioned to sit within walls. I put 2 of those up, and I was like, "This should work." Kind of dicey, but I'll try it. And it didn't work. The sign fell down, and he was like, "Oh, unacceptable!" Ah! And then normally what happens there is the thing that you built will get pushed to the side. It'll be when the it fades to black, and he's like, "I'll fix it," and then your contraption will be there on the side, and you can try again. The spikes disappeared; they were voided out, and they were pretty necessary for this sign build. And I was like, "Shoot, I don't have."
Did you try using the rewind? I wonder if you can just make a makeshift hover stone by holding something in place for a while.
I haven't
Then
tried that, but
rewind
I
it.
think it auto kills rewind when you enter a cutscene.
Ah, bummer.
But what I ended up having to do for that was I chopped down trees because there wasn't enough materials without the spikes. I chopped down trees around, and I built this like crazy tripod tree contraption, and it worked. Why Addison is trying to build all of these signs using a spiked bottom and a single stick and thinking that's going to work, I don't know.
I mean, if it was like a spiked bottom, if he stuck it in the ground, I think it'd work very well.
Yeah, no, he just has it sitting on top so that it's teetery and will fall over.
So yeah, that's a rookie mistake. You're supposed to stick that in the ground.
Yeah, that's yeah, and then some of the locations he picks to put signs, I'm like, who's going to see this out here on this mountain? There's not even a road anywhere near here. Like, oh, it's for the bokoblins. I mean, do they need wood too? They need wood too. There you go. That's been fun, and that's what I've been working on this week. Prior to that, I did. What was I streaming before that? It was another Zelda thing, or was it?
Hmm.
I think
It's
I don't
a
remember.
good question.
I don't remember. But I have it saved somewhere, so it'll be a video at some point. Uh,
10%.
I've been working really hard on a video for my YouTube channel that will be coming out, and it is crossing Zelda in the straightest line, or as I am now going to be calling it, the straighterest line, because someone else beat me to the punch and did it in the straightest line, like I thought. I'm too slow on the edits, man. But
Try your best.
well, listen, it's hard to like videos take a long time to make. I'd say a typical video for me is like a 40-hour project. And I have to work that on top of having a job and and a family, like a life. It's kind of like who has that? Crazy. And then on top of that, I also want to do streams for more videos because I want to keep up that stream schedule so that we can build up the viewership there. And so it's like trying to strike a balance between all those things. It's tough. It's tough. Still figuring it out. Please go support me on Twitch and YouTube so I can quit my job and just do this full time. Thumbs up for that idea. If you are able, I don't want to beg for money. All right. Well, with that, I think we didn't have a whole lot to talk about with what we've been playing. So, what do you say we move into the next segment of our show, Micah? Let's talk some Nintendo news. And Micah, why don't you hit us with our first news item? Because I am so prepared that I don't even know where to start.
Well, bad news for people who own a Wii U, because Nintendo is no longer repairing Wii U consoles in Japan because they ran out of parts. And they don't want to make more, I assume.
Yeah, I get the vibes that we are going to see we're going to see an apocalypse where people in the future will want Wii U's, but will not be able to find them because there's just none. There were so few sold in general, and then they just sort of halted all production. They're going to be very rare. Dark Milkman in the chat here says, sadly, I only subscribe to people I know in real life. Well, you're in luck. I think we know each other in real life. I think we do. Could be somebody else parading as someone I know. In which case, I'd say that's not very Skibbity, Ohio, Riz.
Can't believe you said that.
I know. Very insulting.
You forgot the toilet part, I'm pretty sure.
No, Skibbity is its own word. Skibbity toilet is the video. Skibbity is the word, the slang.
I don't know. I think in that context, you need the toilet as well, though.
Just to insult someone. Wow, you're so Skibbity toilet. I hate that. I hate how it comes out of my mouth. Okay,
that's why I will never say it.
Pausing here. Gen Alpha slang, which I think is more of a meme that the older generation has assigned to Gen Alpha. Conspiracy theory here, tinfoil hat on here. But I do hear kids talking like this.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah. I'm not a boomer. I'm a millennial.
You're close enough. You're acting like a real boomer.
I'm acting like a real boomer. But I don't. So there, a lot of the words I think are lame, like bad, like skibbity. Like I don't get it.
I don't
Don't
know.
like
That's like a positive to me.
Ohio. I just feel like that's not really like a thing to describe. I mean, it's just yeah. But I really like Riz. I think that's a good slang word. I
I
think it's
mean, is that a Gen Z thing or is that a little earlier? Riz has been around for a while,
no, it hasn't.
kind of.
Riz is only like the last like year, maybe.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
Charisma has been around forever, but Riz, I think that's a good slang word. It makes sense. It can be used for like oh yeah, like he's got Riz. They rizzed me up. Like there's a lot of use for that. There's no real use for skibbity. What are other Gen Alpha slang? Like, we should just be mixing it into our podcast so we
Well,
can appeal
Riz
to
has
the younger
definitely
audience.
been around at least since last April, so
So like a year.
kind of a long time, like over a year, some might say. Oh, here, this one mentions it in February.
Uh, Big W, Big L, bussin. That was another one. I don't like that. Cap. Have we used that? We've used that on the show before. Be like, oh yeah, no cap, no cap.
I don't know if I've ever actually said that.
Well, that's pretty cringe. I'd say you're pretty delulu.
I've never even heard that one.
What do you think that one means?
I bet you made that up.
It's real. I'm looking at this
I,
really.
I don't believe you. But I believe it means delusional.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. I, you know which one you know what phrase I don't like. We're so sidetracked here. This has nothing to do with the news. It's giving. It's giving. And they'll say what it's what like it's
What?
vibe. Like, oh, it's giving grandma's house. Like, Micah, it's
I,
giving.
I feel like that's almost normal English. You just need to say a few more words
Yeah, I don't
in
like
there.
it. I don't like it. Don't like it. Anyways, let's get out of this crazy rabbit hole because it's one that you can fall very deep down. No cap. And back to the news. So Wii U's. Get your Wii U's up to date and keep them safe. That's what we have to say about that. Micah, there's been a new Tetris 99 Maximus Cup, and its theme F-Zero 99. It's F-Zero 99 Tetris 99 Maximus Cup. It's very meta. I like it. I like the layers here that we have going. Yeah, that's all there really is to say about that one. My son played that. Seemed like he was having fun with it.
That's cool. I mean, they also got some new content for F-Zero 99.
Oh, did they? What new content did we get?
Yep, some Star Rivals, festival tracks, expanded team battles, new achievements, weekend events, and emotes. It's essentially Fortnite.
F-Zero 99 is now Fortnite. Yeah, what happened? Why is F-Zero 99 getting so many updates? I kind of assumed that this would go the way of Mario 35 or Pac-Man 99 and be supported for a bit, but this seems like it's getting long-term support for
So they
some
don't
reason.
have to feel guilty about not making a new F-Zero game.
Which I'm sure fans of F-Zero are like, yeah, 100%. This is this is exactly what we want. It's not true.
Everything they
want a
imagined
new game.
and dreamed it would be.
Like, being an F-Zero fan, all you have is F-Zero 99, so it's the way it be. So in addition to that new content, we also got some new games coming for NSO. Dropped July 4th, America Day. And those games include Cobra Triangle, Solar Jet Mad,
Man, I think.
Jet. I'm trying to read the titles here.
Good old Solar Jet Mad.
You know it. I wish I could.
They also have The Mystery of Atlantis, Mock Rider, Donkey Kong Jr. Math. That sounds awesome. Golf and Urban Champion.
Wait, golf wasn't on here already?
I could have sworn it was.
I
swear I've seen golf.
I know, that's why I'm like, I swear. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Some cool games. Mock Rider. Mock Rider was rumored to be in Smash Bros. Like as late as Smash Bros. Ultimate. Riding around. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So go check those out. Fun little additions to the NES library. Next news item, Micah.
We got some Suika Game Summer Skins DLC stuff happening.
That's pretty cool.
And I used to know it comes with 4 different skins, themes, I think. Whatever you want to call them.
Will they be around long term this time, you think? Not be seasonal like the
Maybe
fall?
not. I mean, they're very, very summer themed. Fireworks display, summer holiday,
Yeah.
sunflower farm, and
Well, they also
Sunset
don't
beach.
They also don't change the fruit, right? It's just the background.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a background.
So, I hate to be that guy, but
It's an image.
yeah. It's like why are we releasing a trailer for you added 4 PNGs to your game? I feel like Suika Game.
Oh, wait. Hold the phone. The boxes and Poppy, which is apparently the name of the person who drops the fruit, are different.
Yeah, I feel like
Bet you're feeling pretty dumb now.
I feel like this game is so bare bones. It's very fun. I like it a lot. But I feel like they could do so much more for it cosmetically, and they just don't. But they've made their bazillions of dollars off this game. They'd have to do something pretty drastic to.
When are you gonna have that online multiplayer?
I don't know. I don't know if the online multiplayer is there. I know the multiplayer is in, but I don't think it's got the online yet. Well, that's just the way it be. Well, how about this news article from Tweaktown, who hits us with what I think could be considered good news. Nintendo will not be using generative AI in its first-party games. President Furukawa has revealed that the company currently has no plans to use generative AI in games due to IP rights concerns. Which, if you follow the realm of generative AI, there's definitely some concerns with what it's being trained on, being scrutinized for IP and the rights of the training data being used, if it's transformative enough. There's definitely going to be some legal loopholes they're going to have to jump through in order to do that. And Nintendo's probably just like, nah, not going to deal with that. And I think most people will see this as a win because I think the average consumer is pretty like leery of AI coming in and taking jobs and also doing a worse job than a person would do, especially for things like game development. Yeah. I think this is a good move on Nintendo's part. Good good publicity for them to be sticking with creators. The more the keeping that work to the people. Got any thoughts on that one, Micah?
Nope.
Okay, well then hit us with our next news item.
I tried to think a thought, but I couldn't. Oh,
Relatable.
apparently, the Switch 2 will not face low supply issues. Nintendo's very confident about that, and they are planning legal action against scalpers.
Oh, the death penalty, like you said back in the day.
Yep.
It's finally happening. They took Micah's advice. Nice. Well, hopefully that's actually true. I will believe it when I see it because
exactly my thoughts. Like,
scalpers will face legal action. Okay.
Well, I mostly just don't know if I believe that there will be enough. There won't be low supply.
Nintendo.
I mean, I can trust that there won't be like PlayStation 5 level of issues because people struggle to get a PS5 for a long time. But I don't know.
Nintendo has never in their history had good launches like for supply, except for the Wii U, maybe.
The Wii U has killed it.
They had a lot.
That threat.
So I don't think that the problem is necessarily scalpers. I think the problem was they just never produce enough, and then they seem like they are figuring out their relationship with retailers right now because there's definitely been like a lack of that cohesiveness there used to be. It's like they were partnered tightly with these different retail groups. Especially we saw with the last direct, there were no leaks via retail websites, no listings for games up early at all, and even games launching same day, which means that Nintendo didn't even tell retailers what was getting announced and what would be coming. So, yeah, if you're strained in your relationships with your retailers, and which I'm just speculating, it's not necessarily the case. And you have a history of not having enough consoles on launch. I don't think that targeting scalpers is going to be enough to fix that problem. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Who knows?
I am excited to get my new system, hopefully the day it launches. Hopefully. Well, I've got a couple other news items here, Micah. We had a Nintendo Treehouse that showed off Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. And I'm going to level with you, Micah. I didn't watch this.
How dare you?
And it's partially because I am pretty sold on it already, and I don't really want...
You don't want to necessarily spoil any of the surprises.
Yeah. I may still take a look at it, but I'm pretty set on picking this one up. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it looks like the couch co-op is going to be a lot of fun. So I think I'll have fun doing this one with my kids. And I don't know if it had like friend to friend online play, but this could be a really fun one to play with other people online.
Yeah. Like I just assumed there would be some friend online play.
Yeah, but
if there wasn't,
Nintendo, there's always something that's not quite right. Yeah, it looks fun. I think it's gonna be a good one. There was chatter on the Radio Chaos Discord. I got tagged in. They're like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see what Andros thinks. Because we know he's gonna get it. And I was like, well, that's cool that people look to me for an opinion. I think they said something like he always gives it 2 points higher than it should be. So just take my score, knock it down about 2 points, and that will give you an accurate reading. Listen, I'm not paid off by Nintendo, and I will tell you if I don't like a game. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of an example. I know I've had like off the bat.
Not counting paper bad.
Mario Strikers.
You think that's a bad game?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Bold.
I think that was a regret purchase. And I knew I wasn't going. Well, I knew going in that I'm not like a huge fan of the Mario Strikers series as a whole. So I came in looking at it going like, no, this one's going to be different, and I'm going to like this one a lot because of what it offers for its online play. But I didn't, and so I didn't like the game that much. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's Color Splash. Nintendo games that I don't like. Do you have any games besides the one?
I'm good at Ocarina of Time, you know.
That's why besides that one.
Perfect timing. 1 second.
Yeah, Dark Milkman in the chat says Mario Strikers is a bad game with Ocarina of Time as a classic example of a bad game. Yeah. I feel like I've been pretty vocal about my dislike of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but how I had fun with it. But I've been pretty vocal that I think that game was released in an unacceptable state. Yeah. There's a lot of people. So I'm looking online at lists of games that people like first-party Nintendo games people don't like. Wii Music is thrown out a lot, but I kind of liked Wii Music. I mean, it was not awesome, but I had fun with it.
You definitely got it. Yeah, that's one of those games you got to take 2 points off of. Sounds like.
Yeah. See, like I would give it like a 7, so I guess it would actually be like a 5. I mean, it was a way dumbed down Guitar Hero, like as bare bones as you can get, because instead of hitting multiple buttons, you're just hitting one or strumming one to the beat. Like it's just a really bare bones rhythm game. But I had fun making different instruments for like songs and then making album covers with my Miis. That was a good time. That was a good time. But yeah, I could probably say, yeah, it's not great. There's a lot of people saying Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Yeah, that's a bad remake. It's a great Pokemon game, and they just really did bad on that port. Here's some controversial ones here. Skyward Sword. People didn't like that one. I always liked Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, was chopping down the bamboo like tree looking things, the motion controls.
I never really like
10 out of 10.
I never really put Skyward Sword at like top of the list because I think I
Yeah.
preferred not motion controls, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't a
Mm.
bad experience. Another one on this list here is Paper Mario games after the first 3 titles. And I'd say that that's fair up until Origami King. I think Origami King
I don't know.
was
I
great.
really enjoyed Paper Mario Super. Super Paper
That's
Mario.
yeah, that's the
Is that the
third one.
third one? Is that the third on the
Mhm,
Wii?
mhm.
It's only the third? Huh,
Paper
interesting.
Mario, Paper
For some
Mario
reason, it
Thousand
just
Year
feels
Door.
like there were more before then.
Yeah, and then Super Paper Mario. Yep. That's why they
Okay,
said
no,
the
yeah,
first 3.
I agree with that then, yeah.
Yeah.
I did really enjoy Origami King.
Star
I did feel like
Fox
combat was missing a little bit.
Command, and I believe this is the one that was on the DS. I liked it. I thought it was fine.
I never played that one.
It's not an on rails Star Fox shooter game. It's more of like an arena shooter, flying around like an arena type thing and fighting guys. I liked that it had a lot of like branching paths and endings that you could do. That was fun. Yeah.
And
Metroid
you're gonna
Other
get to
M.
Other M, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Metroid Other M is on this list.
And they had
Neither
to
of
come
us
up
have
at some
played that.
point.
Legend of Zelda 2, which I feel like my opinion has changed on the Legend of Zelda 2. I still have yet to play through it, but the times I have played it, I was like, no, this is fun. I have fun playing it. It's hard and very different, but I kind of like it for that. You know what I mean? Everybody 1-2 Switch is on this list, and
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm going to come out here and say that that game was worth the money we paid for it. I have put enough time into that game that it was worth it. It's very flawed, but it's still very fun with the right group. It's just a good group party game. Up there with Jackbox.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Strong
Well,
recommendation there.
Jackbox has some banger games in it, and then it has some ones that are like
It's a little bit of duds sometimes.
duds. And
But I'm sure other people think those duds are great as well. So
yeah, everybody 1-2 Switch just has a more even distribution of successes and duds within it. But even the duds, I think we had fun with because they're just so goofy. Yeah. You played that one with us. What'd you think? What are your thoughts on everybody 1-2 Switch?
I don't remember anything of playing that game, actually. I
What
think we maybe played for like 10 minutes or something if we did.
did we do red light, green light with you? With the evil
That actually sounds familiar.
child? The
There's
evil
something to do with
child.
the statue at some point, I think.
Yeah, he's like, green light. And then when I turn around, green light, red light, and he's like,
That's true. Yeah, we played for like 15 minutes or something.
yeah. I mean that is one thing that's nice about it.
A decent time, probably.
Quick,
So good of a time I've forgotten and blocked it from my memory.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, if we break down games, Mario Party 10, Mario Party 10, it's bad. Yeah, I think that was pretty irredeemable. That's the one where the second one where you have the car and everybody moves at the same time, and it just the mini game. It all feels kind of clunky and bad.
Yeah, I've never played either of those car ones.
Well, I have it. Next time we hang out in person, we should suffer
Want me to
together.
suffer?
Yeah, let's suffer together. It's been a long time since I played it. Long time, but I remember not liking it so much that I was like, never again. So there you go. That's our little side rant on bad Nintendo games. And with that, Micah, I think we can be done with news. And I'm checking now. I don't think we have anything in the rumor mill. The Pikmin get a week off. All right.
So
Well,
don't get to click the button.
you can still click the button. Have a break. Rumor collecting Pikmin. That's right. We have Pikmin specially tasked
I,
to collect rumors, and they bring them back, and we discuss them. And this week they're getting the week off.
yeah, they're off for the 4th.
Yeah, holiday pay too. We pay them even when they're on holiday because
Yeah.
they actually get time and a half of 0. Got him. Uh,
It's all fun and games until they unionize.
um, well, like, why don't we jump over to the next segment of our show? Let's talk in the community corner. In the community corner, you, dear listener, can submit questions for us to answer. We got a couple questions to talk about this week. Micah, I will hit you with the first one here. This one is from Monkey Thunder. Monkey Thunder asks, how different do you think Nintendo would be if the Wii U wasn't a failure? What games would have released on the Wii U instead of the Switch? And would the next console still have been the Switch?
I'll answer that question by first asking you a question.
Okay.
How long before COVID did the Switch come out?
A long while, because we got you had the Switch. I want to say, did it come out in 2013, 2014?
The Switch?
Not the Switch, the Wii U.
The Wii U. Oh yeah, but when
It
when
might
did the
even be
Switch
earlier
come
than
out?
that.
That sounds about right for the Wii U. Because I think it was only like 3 years or something. It was maybe a little longer than that. It was real short.
Oh no, it was earlier. I wanted to say 2012, but that seemed so early. So it came out in 2012. In November of
I guess,
2012.
I guess the Switch was still 5 years after. It's just kind of quick, but not like crazy fast.
Yeah. So,
But would
what's
the Switch and Animal Crossing New Horizons been out for COVID? I feel like that is potentially the biggest difference that might have occurred if the Wii U was a success. I mean, I
we
guess
would
they
have had?
probably would have just had Animal Crossing on the Wii U.
Yeah. Yeah. If the Wii U was successful, we would have gotten an Animal Crossing game on the Wii U for sure.
But would it have been Animal Crossing New Horizons?
Yes. Yeah, it would. It would have been. And I think we probably also would have. Because what games? I'm thinking we probably also would have gotten Mario Odyssey. Oh, my lighting just get like super dark all of a sudden. Yeah, we would have gotten Mario Odyssey or the next whatever the next 3D Mario is on Wii U. We had 3D World, but I don't know if that really counts. You know?
Yeah. Well, if the Wii U was a success, how much later do you think the Switch would have been?
Probably not much later, right?
I was kind of thinking like maybe 2 years or something. The Switch has had, if I recall, it's slightly longer lifespan than usual.
Yeah. So the Wii came out in 2006. GameCube came out in 2000, right? Might have been actually
Somewhere
later.
around there. I almost want to say 2002. I know there's a 2002 that's important.
2001.
2001.
So I think the Switch might have just still come out about the same time.
So maybe nothing would have changed.
Maybe. But it does feel like they sort of abandoned the Wii U in the last couple of years of its lifespan.
Yeah, to help the Switch have a strong.
Yeah. So what would have
launch.
been different? I think the Switch's launch would have been
It was
less
weaker.
less strong that opening year. We probably would have had some of those games spill back. I do think we would have gotten an Animal Crossing on the Wii U though, because if it had been successful, it's like makes sense to put your tentpole release. But Animal Crossing also at that time was not as huge, and it was an exclusively. Oh, this is tough because it was. It was. It
Probably wouldn't have had the Isabel and Doom guy memes.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, it was more popular on handheld, but also it originated on GameCube. There was a Wii game, there was a DS and 3DS game, and the 3DS game did do really well. So probably would have gotten like a full fledged one on Wii U. Yeah, that's tough. Um, I think those last couple of years of the Wii U, we would have just had a lot more, kind of like what we're getting right now with the Switch, right? You've
A strong send off.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would definitely be the case. Um, so then the other question
And it wouldn't just be us who say that Nintendo Land is a fantastic game.
yeah,
There'd be 80 million other people that also knew how great of a game it was.
yeah, it really was the best Wii U game. I think I can confidently say it's the best game on Wii U. I can't think of another one that I like more other than Breath of the Wild,
On Wii U, interesting.
but
But
uh but that's a Switch
Nintendo
game.
Land
That's
above
a
that.
Switch game. Come on.
Nah, that's a Wii U game that was ported to Switch.
Uh would the next console still have been the Switch? I think
I
yes,
think so.
because some people cite the Wii U being like a portable tablet, and it disconnecting when you're not near the console as the reason the system failed, which that's not necessarily true, but it was definitely right off the bat. You go, this is awesome. I want to just carry this, you know. And so it just it I think it still would have been the Switch next. That would have been the next system still.
Although maybe they would have tried to stay with the dual screen.
Maybe to keep that backwards compatibility.
Yeah. And all that sweet asynchronous gameplay you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't think the Switch would be as big as it is coming off the unsuccess of the Wii U gave the Switch they had to really work hard on it to make it like really good, and the games had to be. I mean, it was like do or die for Nintendo. They were in a dire state. And then they
Oh,
had an entire library of Wii U games that they ported over. I mean, we got so many ports that helped fill out the Switch's library and gave the Switch this like monthly release schedule for first party titles. And yeah, I still think the Switch would be huge, but I think it would be more akin to the success of like a DS or 3DS than the PS2. You know, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
although the DS was really successful, so I was thinking more like 3DS. Yeah, this is an interesting concept. I kind of wish the Wii U had gotten more love because of Nintendo Land, and I think Smash
Plus,
Bros.
there's a lot of cool things you could do with the double
Yeah,
screen. I got a Splinter
I
Cell game. That was real cool because you get like drones and your little spy camera
mhm.
string thing, whatever those are called, and you just get to see those on the gamepad, or you can still see the TV. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, and you also have like The gamepad has a camera, a microphone, and a touchscreen, which the Switch has none of those things. So you just lose out on any of those mechanically. Oh, the Switch has a touchscreen. What am I
I was like,
saying?
does the
I'm
Switch
so
not have
dumb.
a touchscreen?
I'm so
Am I
dumb. No,
crazy? I was
it does.
thinking back. I was like, I haven't used it in such a long time.
Well,
Maybe I
yeah,
now
that's the
get
thing
that.
is they don't use it because it's only available portably. There's no touchscreen equivalent for when you're playing docked, and so not a lot of games are going to utilize that.
Yeah.
But I think it was a similar case for the Wii U, anyways. Not a lot of games utilized the gamepad to its
Oh yeah, for
uh,
sure. Some did, and they were
fullest
great.
potential. Hmm. Hmm. For sure. I think the Switch would have had better third-party support right off the bat if the Wii U had been successful. Because the Wii U had strong third-party showings. Like that was back when Ubisoft believed in Nintendo,
Yep.
and they made they put Zombie U on there like an exclusive title, and all the Assassin's
cool.
Creed games. But then Switch comes around, and all of those guys are like, "Nah, Nintendo's dead. Like they're not gonna." So,
And we even got
but
like the Mass Effect 3 trilogy thing, or
yeah, there
no,
was a
just
lot.
3, I guess. I
There
don't think the
was
first
a
two, but
lot of third party support, but the Switch made up for that with indie support. They leaned heavily into that, and the Switch is like the indie machine. Like that's the place to play indie games.
yeah, like a bunch of good indies on Switch.
And I think third party support is coming around, and I think for Switch 2, we're going to see kind of the best of both worlds. We're going to have a lot of indies, a lot of third party, a lot of first party. They've proved that they can do it now, you know?
Yeah.
So let's just hope it works out for Switch 2. That was a great question. We have a comment here from Flightsy to answer this question. Says they probably would have kept trying to recapture the Wii's success until it did fail. So because right, they had the Wii, and if the Wii was successful, then what would we have gotten? Just another Wii? Like, oh, more appealing to the general audience and less to the gamers. So that's a fair point. I didn't even think about that. I said I will say at least the Mii's would probably still be prominent. That would be nice. Agreed, Flight C.
That's part of the Wii U's failure. Killing the Wii's.
Killing the
Or the
Mii's?
Mii's.
You don't like Mii's?
I just like to hate them because you like them so much.
You just like to hate everything that I like.
Not everything. We both like ice cream.
I don't like ice cream.
That's a lie. Don't even try that.
All right. Mii's are cool, I think. I think they're cool.
No, yeah, they're fun.
I like them better than the Sportins, the Sporta guys. Although the Sporta guys got some weird furry energy going on over there with their
Yeah, just a little bit.
Their
like squirrel people.
I saw one recently that I was like, what? I've got to look it up. Soccer ball head. Oh, Nintendo Switch
Soccer
Sports.
ball head.
Yep.
It feels like maybe it would give you a slightly unfair advantage if you're playing soccer.
Oh yeah, it was a bird. It's like Falco, like girl Falco.
That sounds awesome.
There's like a parrot. There's a bunny. There's a panda. Shark. Why don't they like that? Should have been all the characters. They should have just all been like animal creatures.
Animals.
Like like Animal Crossing, and then you have the option to have knees instead of these. I still just do not like these generic looking avatars. They look like the Kinect characters, like Xbox characters. I don't like them.
We know how much you hate Xbox.
Yeah. Is this one real? In-game rewards is a burger head. This is just Fortnite now. What's going on? What is going on over there in Nintendo Switch Sports? I need to log back
Yeah,
in.
back in the day, you'd have to work to make your Wii, or not your Wii, your Me look like they had a burger for a head. Now it's just given to you on a silver platter.
I was just given to you. Kids these days know nothing. They don't know what it's like. Oh man, it was fun times here. I don't think we have any other questions from. Did we ask you this one from Skull? Says, "Hey Micah, do you like cheese?" I feel like we did ask
Like
that
3 months ago or something.
a month ago.
Oh, close
Just
enough.
a friendly reminder, Micah.
Time is an illusion.
Friendly reminder that Micah does not like cheese, but
Nope,
that I
because
am a cheese enjoyer, a cheese lover. Even I like cheese on everything.
everything.
Most things? No. I like cheese on things. Some things.
That's what I thought.
I'm not particular to eating cheese plain.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you're not
Not a true cheese
all
fan.
you're not all gone.
Yeah.
There's still a little bit of you left.
Yeah, I think
That isn't
cheese.
a terrible person.
That isn't a terrible. If people that like cheese are terrible people, Micah thinks
Why do you think there's so many terrible people in the world?
because they like cheese.
Yep. Number one reason.
I don't think that's. I think that's
Just about every
speculation.
single serial killer likes cheese. I mean, what more do you want?
So does like every single normal person, though.
All the serial killers.
I know actually, I don't know if I know anybody else that doesn't like cheese besides you. Do you know someone else
Yes. I know multiple people.
that don't like cheese?
Some might say dozens of people.
You know dozens of people that don't like cheese.
I mean,
You don't
I'm
know
really bad
dozens of people.
I'm really bad with names, but over my life, I've met dozens of people that haven't liked cheese.
Yeah, I've met lots of people that can't have cheese, but that's more of a dietary restriction
They're
or
they're
an
almost
allergy.
there, evolutionary wise.
Right.
They like their subconscious knows that they shouldn't like cheese because it's gross, but their awake brain just isn't quite there yet.
Yeah. Do
But
you like
they've almost evolved.
you like milk?
Mhm.
Because you're a big cereal fan.
Mhm.
So it's just milk that's been left out a little while.
Tell me that doesn't sound gross.
It is. It does.
So
sound
like
gross.
when you're like pouring milk and you take out the lid and they got those crusties, or you're just like, yes, delicious. You just lick those off. It's
No,
just
I don't do
milk
that.
that's been left out. It's essentially cheese by your definition.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's not. It's not cheese. Cheese is made in a very particular way, and not all cheese is created equal. There is gross cheese. I'm not a huge fan of like a Kraft or like a Velveeta cheese. The kind of like fake plasticky cheese. Like, yeah, not into that. Not into that. But yeah, I do like cheese. I like cheese. And I stand corrected because I can think of cheese that I do eat just straight, and that is smoked cheese. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Like a smoked cheddar. I just like smoky food. Tastes good. It's good flavor. Good flavor. Let's jump out of the community corner because you know what time it is? It's time for Last Week We Asked You.
Metroid Dread est ludus frustrans e laboriosus. Mundus eius obscurus e
You need a sound effect for this.
Ubi omnia pericula
You should pick a sound effect. You can do it. I'll let you do it. Not this though.
Not this one. I thought this was fitting.
Afferet.
Gaudium.
Hey. All right. So this week we asked you to pitch your ideas for Nintendo crossover games. What series would you want to be part of the crossover, and what would the story or gameplay of the game be like? Micah, what's the first answer?
First answer given by Flightsy. Rhythm Heaven and everything else. So it's basically a Rhythm Heaven game, but all of the Rhythm games are based on different Nintendo franchises.
Someone made a video of this back in the day that was like they took a Rhythm Heaven game and then they inserted Smash Bros. IP into it. And so they're like chopping with Fire Emblem characters to the beat, doing different yoga poses to the beat with Wii Fit Trainer. And it was really good. It looked really cool. And yeah, this should be a thing. I think. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I think that one should just be like a general Nintendo IP, like all Nintendo IP in a rhythm game.
The new Smash Brothers.
Like WarioWare-esque. WarioWare-esque, where it's got kind of like cameos of different characters in their mini games. Fedorable Will replied to that and said, "Can't top this answer." So we got two pitches for Rhythm Heaven and everything else. Our next answer comes from Monkey Thunder. Says, "I've always thought that a turn-based Splatoon XCOM type game would be fun. But imagine how cool a turn-based Smash Bros. XCOM game would be."
That would be awesome.
Now we're on to something here. So it's like a turn-based grid, maybe not even grid system, but just kind of like this turn-based top-down fighting game.
That has a lot of potential.
That does. Fire Emblem and Splatoon crossover. It's Fire Emblem mechanics,
but don't actually have any Fire Emblem characters.
I like this idea a lot, and I just want it to be real. Can someone just make this, please? Nintendo? Please?
Yeah. I feel like it's been a while since I played a good XCOM type game.
Well, there's always Mario and Rabbids too.
Scratch the itch. It's true. When's that DLC actually going to go on sale? I always see they're like base game $20, but if you get it packed in with the DLC, it's $90.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I imagine that the like gold edition or whatever will be on sale this Black Friday. Like
that's my hope. And if it's not
on that,
just have to bite the bullet.
In fact, I think speculating ahead here, because we know this is the last hurrah year for the Nintendo Switch, I think Black Friday is going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of deals.
Yeah.
First party there will be, but I think third party and Mario and Rabbids is pretty much Ubisoft's project with Mario IP in it. So I think we'll see some really steep discounts from third party.
So that is a good point.
Yeah.
They don't got a lot of time left to sell games.
Yep. So discount everything. Get all that stock off the shelves before the next system comes. Hit us with our next answer.
Yes, Spider-Shan's answer is, as long as both properties didn't have to be Nintendo owned, I would love a Zelda and Dragon Quest crossover. Hyrule and the world of Dragon Quest XI get merged together through some strange portals. They also give a little bit of story and background.
I
to
like it.
this
I
game.
like it. Yeah.
Through strange portals.
Very
Link Zelda,
Hyrule Hyrule
Warriors.
Warriors. Hyrule Warriors esque.
Link, Zelda, and several of the Dragon Quest XI characters team up to fight Ganondorf, who seems to be behind the calamity. However, once you defeat him, you learn that even Ganondorf is being played by a new evil dragon lord, and your journey has only just begun. Ganondorf must reluctantly team up with your party to defeat the Dragon Lord and restore the two worlds. Graphically, it would look like a Dragon Quest game, so classic Zelda enemies would now fit right in with slimes, Drakis, and Sabercats. Gameplay would be the Dragon Quest style turn-based combat, and now I'm disappointed with the realization that this will never be.
Spider Shan is like, this is so this awesome. Dang. This isn't ever going to be real. How
What
cool would
could
this be,
be?
though? It could be. Yeah, I can see. I
I
can
mean,
see
we got a
Nintendo.
Hyrule Warriors. I mean,
Nintendo has partnered
possible.
with Square and Square Enix in the past, and Square Enix loves the Nintendo Switch, so I could see some sort of crossover title. It would be really cool. I would almost like rather see, instead of a crossover game here, just see what Square Enix would do with a Zelda game, like a turn-based Zelda game. I think they could make something pretty cool.
So, no Dragon Quest then, just Dragon Quest mechanics, kind of.
Yeah, well, because when I see Dragon Quest and Zelda, I as a crossover, I think, oh, it's gonna be like Hyrule Warriors, like discount Zelda, like not quite as good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But like a combo done right, like Spider Shan is describing here, would be really cool. I don't think that Ganondorf would ever be taken for a ride, although he was in Subspace Emissary, and he did
Yeah,
team
but
up
does
with
that
you in there.
count?
I don't know.
Does that count?
He
Is
is
Subspace Emissary canon, or is that just canon in
No.
the mind of a child?
It's canon in the mind of a
Essentially.
child. Yeah. But
So,
I mean, Ganondorf is the face of evil. He is evil incarnate. So
no, he's not evil incarnate. He just likes power.
yeah. Would he team up with Link and Zelda for power?
I could see it if he thinks that he will be the one with all the power at the end. I could see Wind Waker Ganondorf doing this.
I don't know, man.
He's a man of culture.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how when he was like, King
In the newest
Raru,
game?
I pledge allegiance to you, and then immediately kills his wife. It's like,
I thought you were going to mention that. I mean, spoilers for the end of the game, Tears of the Kingdom, when he's like, "If I can't have it, no one will."
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
he's like,
I will lose all.
I would rather.
sense.
Yeah, I would rather lose. The
My-
line he says
my
is like
identity.
crazy. I'd
I
lose
can't remember.
my mind, my soul, everything, then be defeated by you. It's like, okay. So I just don't see him ever.
I mean, it
doing
sounds like
this,
he'd do anything to not be defeated. So
by Link.
I mean,
So,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, there is never any point in any Zelda game where you can be like, the only time I ever remotely was like, oh, there's something here. There's a person behind this, was Wind Waker.
oh yeah.
And every other
Also, is it Wind Waker Link? That's not actually a reincarnation of Link, right?
right.
You're just some rando.
Yeah.
Like, hey, guess what? I'm Link. Deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're just some kid who goes and digs up the Triforce to become the chosen one. Not you weren't
That's
born
right.
with it. It's like fish that up in this 6-hour side quest.
Get wrecked all these other links. It was handed to you.
And then
Wind Waker Link earned it.
yeah, and then he actually breaks the cycle, doesn't he? Because he ends it.
Yeah, he's not like, oh, be gone, Ganondorf. He's like, I stab you in the head.
He gone. He gone.
Hey, guess what? You're the
Ganondorf
new
gone.
you do the like sword.
You're
in
the new
stone.
pedestal.
You're
Yeah.
the stone.
Uh,
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Ganondorf generally kind of dies / explodes in a lot of games. So, but I feel like that was kind of for like the cutesy Zelda. It seemed like the most graphic.
yeah, I mean, this latest one. I don't know how much more you can do. He was
Nuclear bomb.
he exploded in a nuclear level explosion. Is insane. I still laugh. It's like the funniest moment to me in the whole game. Just
That and like the water little squiddly looking dude. He like shrivels up and like dies and then explodes. And that
Yeah.
just seems like really out of place.
yeah, that does feel very out of place.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that explosion at the end was top notch.
I am gonna find this image to. I saw someone drew Breath of the Wild Link. Yep, I found it. It's Breath of the Wild Link getting the sword from the pedestal. I'm sending it to you on Discord right now.
Oh, it's a secret message. Yeah, I was like, and it's just that's actually awesome.
It's like the best. That's like one of the best ways. So he goes to pull out the sword, and Ganondorf jumps out from under the pedestal because it's in his head. I'm just like, it's so good, so good. Anywho's, that I think is all the questions or the answers to our question that we have. So
and we've definitely prepared with another question to ask them.
Have we?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
Hmm.
Huh. I'm not good at these on the spot, like come up with a question type thing.
That's why I just like usually think about them. We asked anything about what we think other people think will be switched to launch titles. I feel like that's something we've talked about. Maybe we just talked about it.
We've talked about it. Let's ask that as the question. Next week's question, our question for you is what? No, we have asked that. We have asked that because we went. Yeah, we definitely asked that question before. Yeah. Man,
Well,
see,
I
this is
tried
the
my
problem.
best.
Is like we have so many episodes too, where I was like, oh, this is a good question here that I had on my list, and it's like, what Nintendo game do you want to see turned into a movie? But we've definitely asked that before too.
Oh, for sure, probably twice.
Yeah, yeah. So let's instead ask if you could have any one item from a Nintendo game in real life, what would you pick? Singular item. It cannot be a person or a creature. It has to be a thing.
I feel like we talked about this like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, time to refresh on this one. One singular Nintendo item. If you could have one, what would you pick? What would you want to have? Master Sword, Pokeball,
What would you want a Pokeball for?
Capture an
Without,
animal.
without Pokemon.
Pokemon are just animals, so I would use it to catch an elephant.
I feel like Pokeball is an unhinged answer. There's something wrong with you a little bit. Pokeball is your choice.
I'm just trying to be creative. I was giving I was thinking of items, famous items from everything. 1-up mushroom.
What about a fairy? I guess that's the thing. But the fairy dust is what you use in meals.
Yeah.
What's that? What game is that 1-up flag from?
The super flag?
Yeah.
Isn't that from like?
Or just make it easy. You just get a 1-up mushroom.
Isn't it's from a racing game?
2 lives. It seems like it should be, but
1-up life Smash Bros.
I'm just trying to think of all items that would give you more lives.
Yeah, it's called the special flag. Smash Bros. Origin. Rally X. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, it's from some racing game. It also appears in Dig Dug 2.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot of items you could pick. Got the Smash Ball.
What would that look like for a regular person?
Who knows? What would your final Smash be? That would be a fun one for a future question.
Extra efficient office work.
There's the Rage Blaster. Launch Star. Dude, there's so many items. Blue Shell. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Why would you need that? Why would you need that?
So
who would you want to kill with that?
Who would it kill if you just threw a blue shell? Who would it go for? Who's in first place? Would it just like take out a billionaire? So someone with a lot of money. Like what would happen? This is the discussion we're trying to foster for next week. So hit us with your best item. Think outside the box and give us your item and reasonings for that item. Excited to hear what people have. Micah, what do you say we move on to the PAL topic? Brought to you by us. That's right. We are doing the PAL topic. Surprise. I have generated using AI, using ChatGPT. I guess this is more brought to you by ChatGPT. Some would you rather questions. And these are bizarre, weird, random. That is what I asked for. I want weird, random, Nintendo themed would you rather. So, the first one is, would you rather have to constantly jump like Mario?
The other one.
Or roll like Samus everywhere you go?
Samus.
You said the other one. Do you have this open? Can you see the answer?
No. Oh, but I just know I couldn't jump everywhere. I would die. Does rolling like Samus also come with the ability to turn into a morph ball? So that feels easy.
Yeah, I think this is like you're stuck jumping, like you have the Mario cap from Wonder that like you always jump, or like the spring. Remember the spring? Oh, worst power up ever. Or you're stuck in morph ball form.
Only when moving somewhere, though.
Yes, so you can hold still. I'll probably pick jump like Mario.
Can I jump straight up then?
I don't know. Listen, these are hypothetical questions. We don't have to think this deeply.
All I know is I could not jump endlessly. I would die. But I could, in a morph ball, roll endlessly. So
I think, but imagine how ripped your legs would be. Just always
You'd
jumping.
just be dead.
No, not if you're fueling up enough. You're burning those calories. Your legs are just.
You try jumping everywhere you go for one day, and not just jumping like Mario, which means you have to jump like 10 feet every time you jump. Your legs will be exploding with every jump.
I can't do that. That's
Exactly.
That's not so much of a problem of I wouldn't be willing
So
to do
your
it.
legs would explode essentially your very first jump.
I would be down to do this.
Also, if you
as a
could,
thing.
let's just say you randomly could jump 10 feet. What
Okay.
about landing? You'd be like exploding your knees with every jump. If you roll your ankle, you'd never jump again.
Yes.
To be fair, if you're morph balling in it, there's a very steep hill. You could be in trouble.
I think that your body is built different than mine. I have a little bit less risk. I'm a little less risk of injuring myself.
You're telling me you could drop from 10 feet like 50 times to walk to your car? I mean, you went out to do it like 50 times.
I don't think it's 10 feet. How high does Mario jump? How high does
Like,
Mario jump?
triple his height. He jumps crazy high.
How high does Mario jump? Yeah, but he's also small.
He jumps 4 blocks above the position of his feet.
Okay, Mario jumps about 2.5 times his own height. So actually, you are very low on your estimate.
But you know, say
That
yeah,
would be-
you would be
that would
jumping
be
18
from, like-
feet. Wait, not 18, like 15? Yeah, 15 feet.
Like 15.
You're falling 15 feet
But
hundreds of times a day.
but there's a lot of speculation that is
One second. That's without momentum. That's a standing still jump. If you're like going, you can jump even higher.
right.
You'd be falling from like 25 feet.
Right. But gravitational pull is different on the Mushroom Kingdom than it is on Earth, potentially. And so that's been an explanation given here. As we know, Mario's height, this works out to an approximate gravitational strength of 78 meters per second squared, about 8 times that of Earth.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, that's way higher.
I don't know if that's
9.8, 9.8 for Earth, right?
Yeah.
So you would be jumping.
This whole answer
that
might be
15
just
feet.
completely wrong.
Take that 15 feet and times it by like 10 now. You're falling from 150 feet essentially.
I think I would need to. You're right. I came into this too uneducated. I would have to really know the extent of what the jump would do to my body, and if what we're assuming is the case, I would have jumping 2 times my own height. Then I think I would have to go with morph ball because I would die. You're right.
You get morph ball abilities, and you're not just mashed up into the shape of a basketball.
You're just rolling around.
Every time you're dead. You're gone. The very first time you try to move.
Yeah. So it really is a toss up here. It depends on how. But
we need more information.
Okay, so I kind of want to believe that in both cases, they're possible for you to do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So morph ball
jumping would be essentially as easy as just walking for you.
Right. And if that's the case, would you reconsider?
I don't know. It'd just be very disruptive in your life. You're like trying to
I'm just like
and you're just
you have to
hitting your head on the ceiling.
Yeah, you'd have to like time it. You'd have to live vaulted ceilings everywhere. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere with a low ceiling. Unless you punch that ceiling and you get some coins, brother. And then you're set. Ba-ding, ba-ding. Just like, dang it, why'd we invite Andros over? He's always punching holes in our roof.
Not only is he breaking our house, he's stealing our money.
All right, that's a good would you rather. Next one. Would you rather only be able to communicate by using Pikachu's Pika Pika or Link's grunts and yells?
I gotta go with Blinks, grunts, and yells because
Ah! Huh!
that also has to include when he meows in Wind Waker.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
could meow, and
There's
that's
a
a deal
lot
breaker.
you can do with the grunts and yells. I think that's essentially
And it's
just
very similar to the Pika Pika,
well, it's just like up
but slightly more helpful, I feel.
like people can be mute. Like that's a thing people have or are. And that is all they can do essentially. Sign language.
Mhm.
So we'd have to learn sign language.
So
for
you're
it to be
essentially mute with the ability to meow,
yeah.
communication wise. So you could use sign language for everything
You
except
can also
meow.
say, "Come on, come on."
I don't remember that.
That's Wind Waker when he calls for the people to come with him in the dungeon.
Oh yeah. See, so you could say at least three
There's a
things.
couple words yeah. I liked this question a lot. I think my kids might pick Pikachu in this scenario because it's just fun to say.
Because their brains aren't fully developed.
Wow. Okay.
Pikachu. Don't say it that way. Like that's a weird statement. That's science.
Pikachu is my youngest son's like favorite Pokemon. He loves Pikachu. Called him Pika-Poo for a little while, but now he's saying Pikachu better. He still pronounces it kind of silly. Pikachu? Yeah, it's Pikachu. He does like Pikachu. Also, Target had Pokemon Squishmallows that were huge. They're massive. And they were
very expensive, I assume.
Yeah, they were very expensive, but I was like, man, these are comfortable. It was like a really nice pillow. So check out Target if you want a giant Pokemon shaped Squishmallow. They only had Teddy Ursa and Clefairy.
Some weird options.
Yeah. Maybe the other ones were all sold
well,
out.
I mean, Teddy Ursa, I guess, being like a teddy bear.
A teddy bear?
Makes sense.
It's weird as a Squishmallow, though. Teddy Ursa. Clefairy looks like Clefairy because it's like generally round shape.
Yeah.
And then, but the Teddy Ursa did not look like Teddy Ursa. It was like a big old chubby bear. Also, shout out to Mute Dog in the chat here. Mute Dog, our fantastic friend. Everybody should check out Mute Dog on YouTube and Twitch. Thanks for popping over here. Would you rather? Now I'm moving on to the next. Would you rather? Actually, can you just pull this up? Do you have this?
I mean, I could.
Yeah,
I thought about it, and then I
Yeah,
thought, but if I do that, I'll have to read.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh bummer! It looks like I'm not signed in or something. Man, can't be done.
Well, while you're signing in, I will read the next one. Would you rather be stuck in the water temple from Ocarina of Time or the Great Maze from Super Smash Bros. Brawl?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember what maze they're talking about.
What is the Great Maze?
I'm gonna go with water temple because I at least know there's water. Hopefully drinkable water, I assume. It's a lake, right? Yeah, it's usually a lake. So yeah.
Oh, the Great Maze was the subspace place, like the final dungeon.
See, that sounds terrible. I think I would die.
Yeah.
I feel like I could hide somewhere in the water temple and drink some water to survive.
Yeah. Water temple's actually pretty chill. Both are kind of cave-like. The other one is more space cave, and this is more water temple cave. Mute Dog sounds like Mute Dog's also picking water temple on this one. Yeah.
Another man of culture.
Another man of culture.
Just like Wind Waker Ganondorf.
What else we got? Do you have it up now?
Yeah. Would you rather have Kirby's abilities to inhale and copy abilities or Yoshi's ability to turn enemies into eggs?
100% Kirby.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, that sounds obvious. But then I thought a little more and I was like, what abilities would we get in the real world? Essentially, everything's a waddly and they don't give abilities. What would you get?
Not everything's a waddle. What are you talking about?
Essentially, we don't have cool tornado dudes.
But we have like sword fighters.
You're gonna kill someone? Take their ability?
I mean, that
Just
is
so
what
you
Kirby
can-
does.
just so you
They
can-
make no mistake.
Just so you can skip training? I mean, what abilities would you get?
Well, I think you could like suck up a gun, and then you could have a gun.
You could just grab a gun.
You could suck up like an airplane, and then have like the ability to fly. I
Can
feel like
Kirby
there's
back up an
things-
airplane, or would he turn into Lane B?
Yeah, mouthful mode, mouthful mode Kirby driving cars and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds real good.
Or like
It sounds like
animals, like animals. You get animal abilities.
what?
Cheetah,
These are
you
lame
can run.
animals.
You can run
You
fast.
actually get the ability
Elephant.
to run fast.
You get like a trunk. Well, think
That
about
sounds
Kirby.
like a negative.
Think about Kirby in the sense of Smash Bros. He literally copies everyone. He has the ability to copy every person and gets a special thing that person does.
What's your B attack?
What is my B attack?
What would I get if I was Kirby and I inhaled you and copied your ability?
I don't know. This is
no
I'm
offense.
facing some existential crisis.
No
right now.
offense, but it just doesn't seem very useful of an ability to be able to do.
Well, what am I really good at? I don't know. Because my primary ability in a fight is to punch.
So I'd gain the ability to punch.
No, that's my A attack. So what's my
Oh, okay,
special?
okay.
What's my special? What's something that's signature Andros
That you can do in a fight.
that I can do in a fight? We probably would like gain the ability to like play guitar or piano or something like that.
I don't think that'd be that useful in a fight.
To put enemies to sleep? That's what Jigglypuff
All I
does it?
know is just if you have the ability to turn enemies into eggs, I mean, they'll hatch out at some point. But can you imagine? Just think about how badly you would traumatize them doing that.
No, I didn't.
mean-
I hadn't considered
Just
that.
think about that. Like, hey, if you keep doing all these crimes, we're not going to send you to jail. We're going to turn you into a literal egg, an actual egg. I feel like crime would go down.
Yeah. So you would pick egg and become a crime fighter.
Well, maybe. I mean, Kirby's
I'm
ability
going-
is much more
I'm going with Kirby.
flexible potentially, but I just want to know if it would essentially because the real world's kind of boring. If essentially everything I inhaled would give me the Waddle Dee ability, which is not anything, then it wouldn't be very useful.
Yeah. What I've learned from this Would You Rather is that I need to develop a special move.
Oh, for sure.
We should both develop special moves. I don't know
Well,
what that will be.
I already have my special move.
What is your special move?
Well, I'm not going to tell you in case I ever have to fight you.
What would you
It's a secret.
It could use gas, like Wario. I already have that ability.
Do it right now.
Okay, I can't do it on command.
Sounds like you don't have that ability.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't have a special. That's what I need. I need a B move in my life. Let's move on before we face any more existential midlife crisis type stuff. Mute Duck says gain the ability to do a cartwheel. Well, I can do that. I can do that. I have done that on stream and I'm fairly certain on the podcast before.
So was it? Okay, yeah, cartwheel.
I don't know if that's really a special though, right? Like
It could be special for you.
It's more of like a dodge or like a movement option.
It's your roll.
Like
Your
my
sprinting.
roll.
Your sprinting is just you doing a bunch of cartwheels.
Yeah. This is a future pal topic. We are going to come up with our own
Smash Bros.
Moveset for ourselves. Yeah. Should write this down before I forget. All right, Micah. Is it my turn to read?
Yes.
Would you rather have to defeat every enemy in a game using only a banana, like in Donkey Kong, or only a Deku stick, like in Zelda? Is this really a question?
Man,
What are you?
The possibilities? Banana. Do you know how traumatic it would be for a Dark Souls boss to just get absolutely worked by tripping on bananas endlessly?
If you get them to trip on it, which is a thing. It is a thing. Bananas are very slippery when left out.
I mean,
the peel.
Just because, I mean, stick, that's
plus then you get a little snack.
Sorry, I guess we're assuming you also get a banana out of this.
It says using a banana. You get the banana.
Is it actually a banana? It's not just a banana peel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. It is a banana. Okay, yeah.
You could do some.
I assume that means like multiple bananas. I'm assuming not just like a single banana because that's gonna squish. Like also a stick would break. But I think I'd have to go for the banana on this one just for the uniqueness. Because I mean, a stick that's essentially like a sword. They got a bunch of games where you fight with a sword. But making people slip and die on bananas, I'd play that game. Now, if my life was on the line, I'd probably take the Deku stick.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go Deku stick on this one. I just think the Deku stick is long and does massive damage to Ganondorf if you can glitch it into that area. So that's pretty nice. Yeah. They do a good amount of damage in the newest game as well. I mean, they're not really Deku sticks. They're called like sticks, right? You got the stick and
just regular sticks.
Yeah, but they do a lot. They do a lot. That was a good one. I like that. I like that one. Give us our next one, Micah.
Would you rather live in the chaotic world of Mario Kart or the haunted mansions from Luigi's Mansion?
Easily Mario Kart.
Oh, absolutely. That's such an easy one.
Yeah,
that's absolutely not a haunted mansion.
No, I don't want to live in a haunted mansion. I mean, I love Luigi's Mansion. I think it's fun. Yeah. I think it's a great game, but it's not like nobody wants to be there. Luigi doesn't want to be there. Nobody's there like, I want to live in this mansion, except for maybe like Egad. He loves it. He's like, oh yeah.
Oh, I can see that.
Ghosties. But Mario Kart all the way. Mario Kart has some cool stuff too. There's some cool worlds you can go to, and some chill ones that are like seem like really nice.
There's like several beaches you can go to.
Yeah, like vacation destination type stuff.
Space a little bit. Rainbow Road.
Yeah, lots of space actually. 20 versions of Rainbow Road we have. Next one. Would you rather always have to carry a Pokemon in your backpack or always have to wear a Mega Mushroom costume? What does this mean? What is a Mega Mushroom costume?
I don't know. It's a costume that looks like a giant mushroom.
I don't really understand this one, and I am going to go with Pokemon. Carrying a Pokemon in your backpack, that's not...
As long as you get to choose, at the very least. Because, I mean, you could just... A Joltik. They're like that big.
I don't want a tick in my backpack.
Why not? It obeys your commands.
Does it? Is that part?
You're its trainer, essentially, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. Mega. Always have to wear a mega mushroom costume. That one was not as good. That one didn't hit as good as the other ones. Hit us with the next one.
Would you rather have to dodge bullet bills in real life or navigate through a real life lost woods?
Lost
I mean,
Woods.
oh, absolutely.
I don't want to dodge bullets.
I won't die instantly in the lost woods, I think.
Yeah.
Plus, everyone knows the secret. You just get real close to a path and then see if you can see suddenly.
Yeah.
Or if it's still staring into the void.
Well, you listen to the music as well. That's a
jump
is an indicator. But also, it depends on the Lost Woods. I think because like Breath of the Wild has the Lost Woods as well, and it's more.
Yeah. Remember when you were like, "Oh no, I didn't listen to any of those hints. I just ran around, found my way."
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I'm still disappointed in you for that.
Yeah, it's a different time. Different time. No, it's not. That's how I play Zelda. I wander and suck at the game, and then I. But they're still my favorite games. I get lost. Lost Woods. Would you rather be best friends with Wario but have to deal with his pranks, or be rivals with Bowser but occasionally team up to save the day?
Oh, Bowser, for sure.
What are they talking about with Wario and his pranks? Does he play pranks? I don't think he does.
Oh, he definitely does. Farts in your pillowcase. Seems like something you would do at least.
Yeah, I think I'd probably rather be friends with Wario. And here's my reasoning. Being rivals with Bowser would mean that my wife was constantly getting kidnapped and needing to be rescued. And like she's a strong, independent woman that could handle her own in a Bowser fight. I'm not saying that, but I just don't want to have that added stress of a stalker in our life. You know what I mean?
But then you'd occasionally get a team up. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I just don't think it's worth it. I'd rather deal with pranks than with a psychopath.
I think Wario might actually be a psychopath. I don't know how prank-like these pranks would be.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be like you wake up and you're floating in the ocean on your bed, kind of a thing.
And Wario's like, got him.
Drives off on his motorcycle across the water somehow.
Andros's wife is movie Peach. Yeah, not video game Peach. My wife is more movie Princess Peach. Although my wife has more personality than movie Princess Peach. Oh, got him. I didn't think Peach was like, they were like girl power Peach, and she didn't seem like she really did much.
Even at the end there when she did all those things and saved Mario, Luigi, and whatnot.
Did she?
Heck yeah, she did.
Oh, she ice flowered. She did do that.
And there's probably something with the superstar.
No, that wasn't her.
Who was it? I can't actually remember.
Bowser stole the superstar from the Penguins.
Yeah.
Why did they have it? Of all
at the end, because then Bowser had the star, and then someone knocks it out of his hand, so that Mario and Luigi can go grab it.
Yeah.
Who was that? I don't actually remember. I just assumed it was Peach.
Oh, maybe it was Peach. I don't remember. I don't remember. I thought it was Mario and Luigi that did that part, and they got the star.
No, at least
it was Donkey Kong. That was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but then Peach yells at them to get the star or something. So
okay, yeah, they work together.
That's strategy.
Okay, well, right I didn't mean to throw Peach so under the bus, under the Mario Kart, as they say.
Moving on. Would you rather be able to play every Nintendo game but only for 10 minutes a day, or only play one Nintendo game but as much as you want?
Oh, that's a good question.
See, that was hard.
Unlimited Nintendo games, but only 10 minutes a day, or only one Nintendo game for as much time as you want.
It's gotta be, but only 10 minutes a day. Just think,
Tough. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to play all the greats.
you'd have to choose one game right now and then never play
Yeah, but
another game.
it would take okay, think about this. Think about how long like an average game is. Let's say we say 20 hours
Mm-hmm.
divided up into 10-minute increments.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many days it would take to do one game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have to move on from game to game, but you'd at least be able to play more than one game.
I think I might go with one game.
Yeah, but if you were asked this question during Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time days, you never
Right.
would have been able to play Breath of the Wild. Tears
You
of the
don't get to
Kingdom,
play the
Wind
new things
Waker.
coming out. So there's that. You're right. There is that angle. You're locked in.
Plus, if you get rich,
Tough.
you just fly opposite, I think, of the Earth's rotation, so
Right.
that
So you get
technically you're
extra.
passing like days really quick or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some sciencey loophole you could exploit.
No, I think I still will probably go with the play one Nintendo game as much as I want, and it would probably be Tears of the Kingdom. Probably what I would have to pick. There's just a lot of replay value in that.
I'll remember that when the next Legend of Zelda game
Zelda.
comes out and you try and play it. I'll have to stop
And I
you.
can't because I'm locked. No,
You're locked in.
this
and
is
it's gonna be so
hypothetical.
good.
This isn't actually happening. Oh man, that would be a fun idea for a podcast episode or a video. It's would you rather, but you're locked in and you actually have to do the would you rather thing.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, obviously you'd need to curate it to be things that are actually doable. And things that aren't going to, lock you out
Ruin your
of
life.
playing games for eternity. Yeah. That was a tough one. I liked that one. All right, next one. We're getting to the end of our list here. There are 25 and we are on
We're on like 11.
11.
I don't think we're
guess
gonna
not
make it
gonna
all the
go
way
through.
through.
Okay, we're gonna go to 15.
Ooh.
Right. So
I
we're
like question number
2/3 the way.
23. We should skip through.
Okay. We'll go up to 15. And they don't have to know that we're skipping around. Oh.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna skip. I'll skip to 23 then. I'll ask you that one. Would you rather race in Rainbow Road blindfolded or play through a Metroid game with only one energy tank?
I mean, I've already done it. I played through Metro game with one energy tank. Give me dread mode again.
I would 100% rather play Rainbow Road blindfolded. It's not even a question. No,
But
nope.
But if you had to win before you could do anything else, you think you could win a Rainbow Road blindfolded race?
Yes. Before playing through an entire Metroid game with only one energy tank, I think I'd do the Rainbow Road blindfolded faster.
With no help from anyone?
Yeah.
You'd have to just like memorize the track.
The track, yeah.
You think you could memorize the track and then also do good enough to like not get hit by items and things to win? I mean, it's technically possible.
Kind of sounds like a future stream.
I don't think I would ever
this we do a future stream together where you are trying to beat
Metroid Dread.
You're trying to beat Metroid Dread with one energy tank, and I am attempting to beat Rainbow Road.
I mean, what difficulty am I playing on?
What difficulty am I playing on?
Oh, hard. You gotta play the hardest.
Oh, well, then you're playing on Dread mode or whatever.
That doesn't make sense. All the thing is, on normal mode, I can survive some hits.
Let us know out there if you want to see us do this, because that's a funny idea. That is funny.
Let's see, if I was at my peak,
Mute Dog says yes.
I think I can do it in under 2 hours.
Oh, then you
at my best.
You'd beat me for sure. For sure, for sure.
You don't think you could memorize Rainbow Road in 2 hours? I don't think I would ever memorize Rainbow Road. I think
Well,
I
it
would be
depends on
stuck
which
for
Rainbow
eternity.
Road, too.
Oh, the
Like,
hardest.
the
No
hardest.
walls. And the
Oh,
longest.
okay. Well, hardest with no walls is SNES, but that one is also an easier shape to remember.
Mm. Yeah, I want some curvies.
It does have some. Yeah, that would be tough. I think it would probably just come down to getting lucky grabbing item boxes.
I just hope
And
that you get
get
a
both.
bullet bill that takes
That
you to
will
first
take-
place
Yeah, exactly.
right at the end of a race.
Yeah. This sounds fun, actually. This sounds like a fun idea. Hit us with our next one, Micah.
Would you rather have to fight 100 Goombas at once or one giant king Goomba? I'm not actually 100% sure what a giant king Goomba is.
He was in the first Paper Mario. King Goomba. He's very big.
I'd definitely go looking at pictures. I'd definitely go with 100 Goombas.
Yeah. I'd go with 100 Goombas as well. 100 Goombas are small, stompable. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be rough, but I could get some high ground. I could get on my bed, I'm pretty sure, and they wouldn't be able to reach me.
King Goomba would kill me, I think.
Yeah,
I think I'd die
absolutely.
to a giant. That's a good twist on the like one duck-sized horse or 10
Yeah.
duck-sized horses. Wait. 10 ducks. Yeah, that was right. One duck-sized horse. One horse-sized duck or 10 duck-sized horses. Which I go with the 10 horses. So similar things. Like I just want the small thing. I gonna go with. I'm looking through our list of questions here. Which one we go with next? Would you rather explore Hyrule with a constant rain forecast, or traverse the Mushroom Kingdom with permanent low gravity?
See, that's interesting because it's Hyrule with a negative thing or Mushroom Kingdom with a positive thing.
Low gravity could be positive, could be a negative. But
mostly positive because you could jump real far without dying.
Yeah,
I think I would go with Mushroom Kingdom. I mean,
I think-
Hyrule is kind of just like medievally times, and also there seems to be lots of dangerous things.
Yeah, and also rain makes it impossible to climb. You wouldn't be able to climb.
Oh yeah.
So and you're wet all the time. That doesn't sound fun. As much as I love Hyrule, I'd go with the low gravity as well. Low gravity in a Mario Kingdom. I mean, it's already built for jumping and stuff, so it's like it'd be fun, I think. All right, we've got 3 more. Two more.
Two more?
So you and me, yeah.
Would you rather have to defeat Ganon using only a fishing rod, or defeat Bowser using only a paper fan?
These are famously 2 ways that you defeat these bosses with cheap shots. So, which one would you rather have?
I mean, I think
I guess you asked the question.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with
nice try.
I think I'm gonna go with Ganon with the fishing rod because it's just so funny. That's such a funny.
Because he's like distracting him so much.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't actually know the defeating Bowser with a paper fan.
So in Paper Mario, there's the giant fan. I don't know if you defeat Bowser, but you defeat a boss using the giant fan.
Oh, because I was thinking like the paper fan from Smash Brothers.
Oh, maybe.
Did they even have that in Ultimate? I don't remember ever using that.
They don't have that in Ultimate.
Oh, that's so sad. That was one like the greatest. Just like,
do they?
spam slapping someone with that fan. Now we're both looking it up. I'm at least looking at if they have a fan item.
No, they
They're
don't.
telling me the origin.
64 melee and brawl. Not in.
I just remember that being so great. Just like, so I'd
Like
have to
locked
go
in.
with that. Just stun locking Bowser with a paper fan till
Yeah.
he dies or is defeated. I guess I wouldn't want to kill him.
Okay. Gotta pick the last one here. It's got to be a good one. Would you rather have to find all the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild or catch every Pokemon in a Nuzlocke challenge? Both of those suck.
It's got to be all the Koroks. Because they got like guides for that. I can find all those. But catching every Pokemon in a Nuzlocke challenge, which like you could lose and then you have to like restart kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That could go on forever.
Yeah, you're right. But there are 900 Korok seeds.
Yeah, but.
And 1,500 in Tears of the Kingdom. Well, this is Breath of the Wild specifically.
Wait, so. Are there 1,100 in Tears of the Kingdom? I want to say it was only 200 more.
You're right. I think.
But also you can get like groups of 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm misremembering things. But still, that's like you get them and you're done. You don't ever have to like restart.
Yeah.
Which Nuzlocke could. I mean, I don't know the specific rules of this Nuzlocke challenge.
Well,
usually
Nuzlocke
you can only catch
just
like one Pokemon from a
per route, so it's like not even possible because you can't.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't.
So it'd have to be like there'd have to be some different rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like getting all the Koroks just does not sound fun to me.
Seems like something you would do in a future stream.
Yeah, it does. Maybe it's something I need to do in a future stream. But catching every Pokemon, also not something I enjoy. I'll go with Koroks. This is a good one for me because I really don't like doing either of these activities. I don't like collectathons. I'm not a fan of collect all a thing.
Well,
and neither is Nintendo apparently, because the reward for collecting all the Korok seeds is just a giant golden turd. Yeah. So there you go. That was Would You Rather Nintendo Edition. Those were some good ones. Let us know out there if you liked this game. You want to see us do more variations of it. And also let us know if you want us to do the Metroid Dread single tank versus blindfolded Rainbow Road challenge as presented by ChatGPT. Could be a fun time. And with that, we will close out the episode. Micah, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitch at Micah Prime.
And you can find me at Andros1 on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and soon to be Instagram, and Twitter. I'm throwing Twitter there at the end because I kind of just feel like it's one I'm not posting as much to because that platform's kind of a dumpster fire for reaching people. Used to be great, but yeah. I am posting exclusive content over on TikTok and Instagram
before it gets banned,
and YouTube and Twitch. All 4 of those platforms have different content. There's some overlap, but it's all very different. Like there's things that really only work on TikTok that aren't going to work over on Instagram or YouTube. So be sure to follow me on all 4 of those platforms. Andros1 on all of those, because I think there's some bangers of TikToks that I've put out recently. I think you guys are gonna like.
Do you got the source of this on TikTok?
Yes, we do. TikTok. That one's also on YouTube.
That's a good one.
Also follow the show on all our social media platforms. That's Nintendo Pals everywhere. You can find podcasts and on all social media platforms. And again, huge thank you and shout out to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. We appreciate and appreciate and respect the aid that you give us in our podcast time of need. So shout out and thank you to I'm just gonna go through the list here. Micah, we should figure out how to get you this list as well, actually, so we can alternate names. Can I just send this to you right now?
Sounds challenging.
Boop. Here you go. Sent you a link. Hopefully you're signed in. Well, you are signed in.
Oh no, it didn't work. I'm not signed in.
I don't believe you.
You think I would lie about such a thing?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Do you have the list up?
I don't think so.
So we can do the
lost.
So we can do the shout out. No, you don't have the list, like for real, for real.
Maybe I have the list.
Okay, we'll alternate here.
400 people on this list.
I'll start. No, there's. Do you have the active member box checked?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting. First shout out to T-Bone 1494. Thank you so much.
Nick Lanoy.
Fedorable Will.
Monkey Thunder.
Madison, aka Purple Riolu.
Lava Plays.
John Cummins.
Lil Miss 7.
Tim A, aka Neoprime 33, aka Nindad number 4. I was really trying to alternate so that you'd have that, but I picked wrong.
You tried your best. Seth Sturgill.
LPD.
Shannon Eno.
aka Spider Shan.
Spider Shan. Okay, I was like,
who is this?
I guess I was wrong.
Who's this?
I didn't want to say the wrong name in case.
And of course, last but certainly not least, here with us live, it's Mute Dog the Gamer, the greatest dog gamer that I know. Thank you to everybody who supports us over on Patreon. It really does help us out doing fun projects and side things that are cool that make this show what this show is. Couldn't do it without you. And with that, we will close out this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out. Oh, Micah, give us wise words of wisdom.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot.
I got a real banger for today.
Oh, okay.
Expectation is the mother of disappointment.
So don't expect anything. That would be really good to give as advice before a
Nintendo Directs. Oh, absolutely.
Yep. You saw where I was going right away.
Oh yeah, I had that same thought already. The instant I read it, I was like, "This is fitting."
All right. With that, we'll close the episode. Bye.